nature of the image is formed by an object at different positions. Object at infinite distance. So here now I am going to take parallel beam of light rays. So parallel beam of light rays are nothing but group of rays having equal distance with respect to principal axis. So when a parallel beam of light rays strikes the refracting surface of the lens, and we know very well that these light rays after refraction may passes through principal focus. So see here, this is where the point on which the principal axis all these light rays are meeting together, which means the object which is at infinite distance image will be formed on the principal axis at principal focus. The nature. So if you observe the nature of the image of the object at infinite distance, right, you can tell by yourselves if you understand about the process which I explained. So what could be the nature of the image? The size diminished, highly diminished, or point-sized image. The image is formed at principal focus and a real image. Real image is nothing but an image which can be captured on a screen is called real image, which means that to get the image of the object which is at infinite distance, if you place a screen at a principal focus, you can get the image of the object which is at infinite distance, which is point sized. So you can get the point sized image of the object which is at infinite distance. As you can get it on a screen, it can be defined as real image. Did you understand? So real image is nothing but an image which can be captured on a screen is called real image. So this is what the nature of the image of an object which is at infinite distance. Let us move forward towards the lens. Now I am going to move towards the lens from infinite distance towards the lens. Then what could be the nature of the image? Is there any change of the nature of the image if I move forward to the lens? Let us discuss. Now we are going to place an object beyond center of curvature. Beyond center of curvature. If you place an object beyond the center of curvature, then what kind of image will be formed? So I have taken the values of the focal line as well as the center of curvature. Now I am going to take an object with a certain height, which means now I am going to take an object which is with a certain value. So now I have taken an object with a 10 centimeters length. With a 10 centimeters length. So height of the object. The height of the object is 10 centimeters. Which is upright. Let the object is O dash, which is with the 10 centimeters. We can take any of these rules. First rule, second rule, third rule to draw the ray diagrams. So now I am going to take the help of first rule. So the first rule is a light ray which is parallel to principal axis. So according to the rules, a light ray which is parallel to principal axis after refraction passes through principal focus. And now I am going to take the help of a second rule. What is the second rule? The second rule is a light ray tip of the object, and this light ray is passing through optic center. This light ray is passing through optic center, and according to the rule, it doesn't have any deviation. So the light ray is not undergoing any deviation and is passing through the optic center. So if you observe the light ray which is parallel to principal axis, which is passing through the principal focus after refraction, it is passing through the principal focus, and the light ray which is from the tip of the object, which is passing through the optic center after, it is not having any deviation. Both of these two light rays are intersecting at a point. Intersecting at a point. And now this point, let us draw a vertical line from the point of intersection to the principal axis to get the image of the object. To get the image of the object. So we have drawn a vertical line, and now, so this is the image of the O dash. And now, this could be the image of the O. What did you find? So here the image is vertically inverted. Vertically inverted. Where did you observe the image formation? The image is formed in between F1 and 2F1, which means that an object which is beyond center of curvature, the image of that particular object will be formed in between F1 and 2F1. And at the same time, if you observe the length of the image, so height of the image is 8 cm. But here we have taken an object which is with the 10 cm. What did you find? The length of the image is diminished. Isn't it? The length of the image is diminished. So now here we can draw, we can have its nature. So what could be the nature? What could be the nature of an object which is beyond center of curvature? So here, first one, what? Diminished and formed in between F1 and 2F1, and the image nature is vertically inverted. And this is about the nature of the object which is beyond center of curvature. So object at 2F2, which means that the object at center of curvature. So now we are going to take an object whose length is 10 centimeter and is placed exactly on center of curvature, that is on 2F2, O dash. First rule, so light ray which is parallel to the principal axis. A light ray is emanating from the tip of the object which is parallel to principal axis, and after refraction it passes through principal focus. And similarly, the next light ray which is passing through optic center. So here is the light ray which is passing through the optic center. After refraction, it doesn't undergo any deviation. It doesn't undergo any deviation. So both of these two light rays after refraction are intersecting at one point. And now if you draw a vertical line to the principal axis, very interestingly, you can get the object at the same area. So with the same size. What is the height of the object? 10 centimeter. And now if you calculate the height of the image which is formed in this case, will be same 10 centimeters, which is formed on the same area, that is on 2F1. So the object which is placed at 2f2, the object which is placed at 2f2 will be formed. So the image of that particular object will be formed at 2f1 with the same size. That's why this case is one of the most important cases. So now the nature, same sized and inverted, vertically inverted, and is formed at 2f1. That's about this case. Let us discuss one of the important case, that is the fourth case, which means if you observe right from the first case to the third case, we are getting closer to the lens. Now, object in between 2f2 and f2. So, what kind of image will be formed by this one? So now I am going to take an object with 10 centimeters height, and I am going to place in between f2 and 2f2, f2 and 2f2, and as usual the light ray which is parallel to the principal axis. So we have taken one of the light rays which is emanating from the tip of the object parallel to the principal axis, and after refraction according to the rules, the light ray passes to the principal focus, and the next light ray which we are going to take in this case, second rule, which is passing through the optic center, So here is what? The light ray which is passing through the optic center is moving, and both of these two are intersecting at a point. If you draw a line at the point of intersection, you can get the image of the object. And now if you measure the length of the image, the height of the image is 19 centimeters, but the height of the object is 10 centimeters, while the height of the image is 19 centimeters. What did you find from this? You can observe that the height of the image is magnified. So the nature, what would be the nature? Magnified image and is formed beyond center of curvature. Beyond center of curvature and vertically inverted. So this is the nature of the image which is placed in between 2f2 and f2. So the object which is in between 2f2 and f2, so image is found beyond the center of curvature with this type of nature. The fifth case is object at f2. Object at f2. And now I have taken an object with 5 centimeters and is placed on f2. I have taken one of the parallel rays which is parallel to principal axis, which is emanating from the tip of the object O dash. Now, so according to the rules, usually it passes through principal focus and the next light ray which is passing through optic center. See this case? What did you find? These light rays are not intersecting at all and are parallel, which means that the object is going to form at an infinite distance. So what would be the nature? So So image is going to form at infinite distance, which means highly magnified. Highly magnified. And is found beyond center of curvature, and of course it is vertically inverted. So this is the nature of the object. So this is the nature of the image of an object which is at a principal focus. And then the last case. So in this case, object which is placed in between F2 and O, optical center. Be careful at this particular case, because this is the case which is widely used to construct microscopes. Be careful. And now I am going to take an object with a certain height. Let us take an object with 5 centimeters height. O dash. I have taken an object with 5 centimeters height and placed in between F2 and O. The first light ray, first rule, which is parallel to the principal axis. After refraction according to the rules, the light ray usually passes through the principal focus. And now the next light ray, second rule, tells that a light ray which is passing through the optic center. So here there is no chance for these refracted rays to get intersect, and that's why here in this case we have to extend these refracted rays back to the lens. Be careful. Now we are going to extend these refracted rays back to the lens. So now we are going to extend these rays. And this is the extended ray of a ray which is parallel to principal axis. If you keenly observe these extrapolated rays, which means the extended rays of these refracted rays will get intersect at a particular point, and to that point we are going to draw a vertical line to the principal axis. And let us mark this one as like this. And now if you measure the length of the image which is formed at the same size of the object, the length of the image is 8 centimeters, but the height of the object is 5 centimeters. So in this case, what did you find? Image is formed on same size of the same side of the object and the second nature, vertically upright, which means erected image. So this is the man. If you observe its length compared to its object, the height of the image is magnified. So magnified image. So this is about the nature of the object, which is the nature of the image which is in between F2 and O. So this is the case which is used to construct microscopes. Instead of images formed by concave lenses. So I am going to take concave lens, which is also known as diverging lens. The symbol itself infers that it is a diverging lens. Let it be its optical center. And now object at infinite distance. Now what kind of light rays usually emanated from the object at infinite distance? Yes, you are correct. Parallel beam of light rays will be emanated from an object which is at a infinite distance. So a parallel beam of light rays are going to meet the biconcave lens, and after refraction, these light rays are moving away from the principal axis. That's why here we have taken this lens as the diverging lens, which we already discussed in the earlier class. And now to get the image of the object which is at infinite distance, we have to bring back, we have to extend these refracted rays back to the lens. So if you extend these light rays back to the lens, you can find that the extrapolated light rays will meet a common point on the principal axis, which means a dot-sized image is formed on the principal axis. So the object which is at infinite distance, which is placed in front of a concave lens, its image will be formed on the principal axis whose size is dot, which means highly diminished image and erected image. And as we can't get it on a screen, this image can be defined as virtual image. So what kind of images will be formed by the concave lenses? Virtual images, because we cannot get it on a screen. The image which cannot be captured on a screen are usually defined as virtual images. That's about the nature of the image which is placed at infinite distance in front of a concave lens. Okay, fine, my dear students. Let us recollect again the nature of the images, which is nature of the images of an object which is placed at different positions. The first case, the object at which is at infinite distance placed in front of a convex lens. The nature, highly diminished array and formed on the F1. So here point sized image, highly diminished image will be formed. And in the next case, so object which is beyond center of curvature, which means the object which is placed beyond center of curvature of a biconvex lens, the nature could be diminished and is formed in between F1 and 2F1 and can be captured on a screen, and hence it could be a real image and is vertically inverted. And in the next case, as we move closer to the lens, when we move towards the lens, when an object is placed at the center of curvature, that is on 2F2, the nature could be, this is one of the most important cases. So the nature, the same size image and is vertically inverted and is formed on the center of curvature as well, and it is also a real image because we can get it on a screen. And the next case, and we are stepping very close to the lens, we are moving very close to the lens when the object is placed in between 2F2 and F2. So here, when it is placed in between 2F2 and F2, the nature of the image would be magnified. Compared to the height of the object, the image height will be enlarged and is found beyond 2f1 and is vertically inverted image, and we can capture it on a screen, and hence it is also real image. And then the next important case, that is the object at principal focus. So when an object is placed on the principal focus in front of a biconvex lens, the image, the nature of the image is highly magnified image will be formed and is found beyond 2f1 and is formed at infinite distance, and of course it is also a real image and is inverted image. And then the next important case, this is one of the most important cases among all the cases, when the object is placed in between f2 and O with a certain height. Here, these light rays will not get intersect at all, and if you extend these light rays, in fact refracted rays, back to the object or back to the lens, the extrapolated rays means extended rays will get intersect at a point, and to that point we have to draw a vertical line to the principal axis to get the image of that particular object. So here, what kind of image? So we can't get it on a screen because it is formed on the same side of the object. That's why we cannot get it on a screen, and hence it is a virtual image. So followed by this, we can get the differences between real image and virtual image. An image which can be formed on a screen is called real image, while image which cannot capture, which cannot get it on a screen is called virtual image. That is the difference between real image and virtual image. So there might be a chance to ask this question at this case in the public examination. To get the virtual image by using a biconvex lens, which case is preferred? So tell me, my dear students, which case will be preferred to get the virtual image by using biconvex lens? So the sixth case, which is nothing but when the object is placed in between f2 and O, we can get the virtual image. That's about the difference between real image and virtual. That's about all these cases. And coming to the concave lens, biconcave lens. Here we have taken a biconcave lens and we place an object at infinite distance. Okay, and here we have seen the formation of image, a point-sized image. As this lens is a diverging lens, the light rays are diverging out, and by extending these light rays back to the incidents, they are meeting on the principal axis and are intersecting at a point, which means that for the object which is at infinite distance, a point-sized image is going to be formed on the principal axis and is also on the same side, and that's why the image can be defined as virtual image. So highly diminished erected image and virtual image which is formed on the same side of the object. That's about the nature of the image of an object which is placed at different positions in front of a convex as well as concave lenses. If you like our channel, please subscribe and promote our channel. Thank you.